So during this meeting, there's nothing for you to learn intellectually. There's nothing for you to do as such. But it is an opportunity to rekindle your sacredness, to rekindle the sacred flame of love right through the core of your absolute being. It is for you to soak into the nectar that is already pouring. And through devotion, you can reveal your divine truth, divine heart, divine self. Your divinity is purity. It is pure and infinite. So opening your heart and soul to bridge you with that purity of your being. You might also connect, for example, with the divine self as the goddess or the god within you. which is always connected to the source, and it pours through all essence of life. So your divine self within you is eternal. If you can abide in that, you come to realize there is no death and birth. Free from all attachments, all worldly attachments, and all limitations. Because your divine self is birthless and deathless. And your divine self exists at an even higher level than your soul. Your soul is bridging this person, bridging divinity. Your soul is right in the center, bridging the boat. So your soul is closer to your personality. And this is why we create these spaces, these intentions, so that we can open up these divine gateways. That's why we are so specific. Because when we ask, we receive. When we set an intention in our hearts, everything else will follow your intention. And once you start bridging the distance, the gaps onto this earth, into this realm, you would become free of the play of immortal life. You would uplift the veil of ignorance that's clouding the divinity within you. This is why on earth, as we identify with these persons and we lose ourselves in this mundane life, we lose touch from whom we truly are. And thus we experience misery, suffering, because we lose touch from our divinity, from our source consciousness. We forget who we really are, and we identify and play small. Subscribing to the conditions and the limitations and to fears, giving our power away to that, instead of giving our power to our divinity. That is why we must rekindle the sacredness of our purest love and surrender the fight, surrender the resistance with existence in this life. And give your power to your divinity and allow that to guide you, allow that to move you in this life. But for that, we must change a lot of ways of how we look at ourselves, on how we look at others, on how we look at the world. We have to realize who we truly are first for that to happen. Your unlimitedness of your consciousness and its energy, it can too play an eternal play with life, but freely. Freely. Naturally, harmoniously. Remembering the purity of being. That is embedded within everyone here. And also this divine consciousness would not be shut out from any part of the infinite truth, nor limited by any status that it might assume in its relations. This is why practicing devotion, practicing surrender is the gateway to the awakening of your divinity. In practicing surrender, it is an internal job. It is not to submit yourself to anything, to anything. But the gateway into your divine self is possible when you, like, truly, absolutely let go of anything you're trying to keep, control, or define in any way. So yes, it is through the great void, through the great unknown. It's through that arises your divine self, that awakens that connection again. But it's so ingrained within us persons. It's so ingrained to keep things, to believe in things, to hold onto, things around us, experiences around us, to keep a certain safety, to keep, a certain something, a certain knowing. We tend to collect and accumulate a lot of stuff. But awakening and realizing your divinity, it's the opposite way that you must go. Some say in spirituality that, it's like dying. But also that, can be a bit unreal, because it is only a certain construct that, as it dismantles, as your structures dismantle, what becomes more apparent here now is more of who you are. So it's not even a death. It's more of like a celebration, because when you dismantle a structure, a construct, well, what remains is more of who you are. It is only the constructs that keep you away from you. It's the structures you have built from your past. And even in spiritual terms, you would build some structures there too, which give you a certain safety, and you might like to cozy up into those spiritual structures. But if you can, redirect yourself to view yourself from a place of eternity, There is nothing to fear. There's nothing which is dying. It is only the constructs of conditionings that are simply being dismantled. It's actually a victory every time that happens. From the divine realm, it's always a big celebration. So this really depends, whom you see yourself to be. And this is why opening ourselves to bridge our divinity right back into us on this earth is liberation, is your freedom. So let's dedicate some time in silence, because it is through a greater silence that you are able to connect with your divine self. It is through the great void beyond time and space that you have the opportunity to awaken and connect back to whom you are.